Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. If this is your first time joining me, my name is Kim Dent, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Maryland Heights, Missouri, and I love to teach crafters how to make greeting cards with stamps and ink and cardstock and pretty ribbon and markers and Stampin' Blends and beautiful scrapbook paper. That are all produced by the company that I work for, which is called Stampin' Up! And I have been a demonstrator for 20 years. I love what I'm doing. Almost 21. My husband reminded me yesterday, almost 21 years. So time flies when you're having fun. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Thanks for tuning in. How has everybody been this weekend? Hi, Karen. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Gail. Thanks for joining me. Hello, Miss Kathy. How's the weather where you live? I'm always interested. Things are going smoothly tonight. I shouldn't talk too soon. Can you all hear me okay? I have my fancy new mic on. Hi. Good. I'm glad. Kathy here in St. Louis. Yesterday it was freezing. My daughter ran in a 7K race for St. Patty's Day, and it was 17 degrees when she got started yesterday morning. And today it is, let's see, a beautiful 66 in St. Louis, or Maryland Heights, Missouri, where I live. Hello, Miss Jill. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Joyce. Thanks for joining. Oh, Joyce, I hope you're feeling better. Kathy. Good. 40 degrees. That is not too bad. Hi, Miss Lynn. Well, I have a lot of cards to share with you today. I'm just stamping two. But I want to show you the cards that we made this weekend at my stamp classes. Oh, thanks, Jill, for jumping on right after you got back from Naperville. So 4 cards that I'm going to share with you that we made. Hi, Mary. Let me scoot my laptop over. And I'm going to already flip my camera down. So keep commenting, and then I hope you like what you see. I'm doing well, Shirley. It sounds like I've got a little allergy going on. My throat's a little froggy today, but hey, Mary. But I feel okay, just a little drippy nose, but I think it must be allergies. So I hope you all are well. So if you give me just 1 second, I'm gonna turn my camera around. And then I'll get it all lined up so I can show you. Oh, I think I'm going to pull this down a smidge. So I always forget to say this. I did better last week, though. This is my host code if you're interested in placing an order anytime soon, and your order is $149.99 or less. Please use this host code FM3ZS4Z9, and that will help me out. And then this is my website. If you've never placed an order online, or you'd like to check out more products from Stampin' Up!, this is my website. You can order 24/7, kimdent.stampinup.net. And then if you do not have a demonstrator and you would be interested in getting a hard copy of a beautiful catalog, we have 2 catalogs going right now. One is our annual catalog, which is going to be going away really fast. This is only good through April. And I was telling the ladies and gentlemen at my stamp classes this weekend, if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, we get to preview the next catalog, which is, oh so exciting. The countdown has begun on March 23rd. On March 23rd, we'll get to see it online. Also, we will see the retirement list. So the items from this catalog that are going away, we'll find that out on the 23rd. So if you are interested in making sure that you have everything you need, I will be talking about, hopefully as quickly as I possibly can, posting that retirement list, not the catalog, because we can't do that till it goes live, but the retirement list I'll be able to post that and share with all of you, hopefully as quickly as I possibly can, because I know a lot of you really want to make sure that you've got everything out of this catalog that you can get. It's also, I want to remind all of you that if you are in love with the 5 in colors that are going away, which are Just Jade, Cinnamon Cider, Bumblebee, Misty Moonlight, and Magenta Madness. If you love any of those colors, please, please, please make sure that like in the next day or two, you place an order or send me your order. You can always email or call me to get yourself the re-inkers for the ink pad, as well as maybe an extra pack of cardstock. One of my friends today asked, what is my color that I am most sad that it's going away? And so I want you to, I can see the comments. So if you can guess what color I will be most sad to see go, comment below while I get my cards up here. I'm interested to see if you can guess what it is. What do you think? Bumblebee or Magenta Madness, Misty Moonlight, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade? Those are some good guesses, but I already see the correct one. Yeah, most people would think because I'm such a pink girl, I love pink, pink, pink. But it is, for some reason, Misty Moonlight. So everyone who typed in Misty Moonlight, you are correct. I think I saw Lynn first, but Sandy, you're right. I am a pink girl. And so it kind of surprises me that I have not used Magenta Madness very much, but I've used a whole lot of Misty Moonlight and recently Bumblebee and Cinnamon Cider, Mom. That's makes me hungry. I love cinnamon, but my color that I'm most sad that it's going away is definitely Misty Moonlight. So thanks for jumping on and seeing which one that you're guessing, making a guess. Okay, I'm going to share with you the cards that I made. Now I realized like about 15 minutes ago, I can't find my Bumblebee card, but if you tuned in last week to my Facebook Live, or you on YouTube, some of the girls hopped on YouTube to watch the video. If you saw the Bumblebee card that we made last week on the video, that was one of the cards that we made, and I had nothing but sweet compliments from all of my Stampin' friends who came to class this weekend, that they were so excited, that watched the videos last week, and then they were excited to see that they got to make the Bumblebee card that was made out of the Ladybug Punch. So that was very sweet. So right now there's only 4 cards. And I'm going to have to dig around. I don't know where I must have stuck it in a tote. So this card, do you recognize it? This is with Plentiful Plants. And I love the card that I made last week. And so I decided to use it again for my stamp classes. And so this is popped up. This is Plentiful Plants. It's got dies that coordinate with it, just like I did on last week's video. I popped up, there's tons of dimensionals underneath this pot, which was stamped in Cinnamon Cider. This piece right here was this foliage, I should say, was stamped in Just Jade, and then this one Garden Green, and then there's dimensionals in between. I think I did that last week, just to, I think, make it look a little bit more realistic. And then the embossing folder that I used, this is the 3D macrame embossing folder. It looks so cool. And I know I'm going to get more use out of it using it with, there's a couple more cards that I have in mind to make. So hopefully Plentiful Plants will not go away. It better not, now that I'm just using it, but who knows? You never can tell. So macrame 3D embossing folder, Plentiful Plants, stamp set and dies. The Thinking of You is from Beautiful Moments, that pretty set with the girls and the mom. And that was stamped in Garden Green. So that's the first one. Set that there. This one, this one's so sweet. This is with the Rain Boot stamp set. And this one is another, look, stamp this pot. This is in Cajun Craze. So there's one stamp that stamps the pot. We stamped 2 of them. It has a die, or you can fussy cut. My friend Gail Brock, I know she would be fussy cutting. The stems and the leaves are another, has another die. And then these sweet tulips, red tulips, and I have my mama on, and her favorite color is red. Happy Easter. This is from the stamp set Celebrating You, which is in the mini catalog, which goes through June. It's January through June. It's a very cool set. If you love words, you're going to want to get your hands on it. And then a few of the red rhinestones that are in the annual catalog. And then this embossing folder, I hope you can see it. It's kind of a glare, but it looks like Tasteful, I mean, it is Tasteful Textiles, I believe I'm saying that correctly, and it kind of makes it look like a linen. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Thanks. I wasn't sure about this one, but this one, and I was trying to, and I'm trying to be a good teacher. These two have the same layout. So in stamp classes this weekend, I talked about, like, even if you're a seasoned stamper, when you start to get layouts in your head, do you see I created this card and used Plentiful Plants. I used the same layout for, you can see it, the tulip card. And the only thing that I did differently was on the Plentiful Plants. This one has an extra layer of Garden Green, and then the back layer is just jade, where this one I just used white and then the real red. Sweet and simple. But yeah, aren't the tulips, don't they make you think of spring? Hello, Miss Chris. Thanks for jumping in. Oh, and Gail Brock, she loves red too. How many of you love tulips? I certainly do. I certainly do. Can you imagine that? There's not too many flowers that I don't like. Thanks, Sandy. Yeah, so I'm going to show you on the next card, the next 2 cards. So that was two of the 5. The next 2 cards have the same layout. So these 2 cards I'm making tonight for you. This is with Hydrangea Haven. This is one of the bundles that is 20% off the original price. And this layout is the same as this layout. So what do you think, girls? Oh my goodness, isn't this sweet bunny just too cute? And this card is so easy. So this is with Easter Friends. It has an adorable duck, a little chick, and then some words that go along with it. But same idea once you get the layout in your head. So you'll see me use this layout frequently. I love putting a piece of this DSP as well as the one on the bunny. Those are both with pansy petals. And I flipped it over. I love gingham. Kelly, Tashina, and I, we used to sell, it was 6x6 gingham DSP, kind of in soft saddles or the pastel colors. And we're still sad that they took it away. And I still have 2 packs that I'm hoarding because it makes adorable baby cards. And so anyway, back to this. Both of us were very excited to see gingham. So this layout, this piece is the DSP 1 3/4 inches by 5, and you'll see me when I pull the kit out for both of these cards. And then this piece that layers it is 2 inches by 5 1/4. And then I used this die is from Color and Contour. This die is from Stitch So Sweetly. Hello, Flo. Oh, thank you very much. Well, tonight I'm going to show you both of these cards. and I hope you love them as much as I do. They definitely make you think of spring, don't they? So the first card that I'm going to be making, let's see, it's the Hydrangea. So I'll set that right there. For the Hydrangea card, I decided to use the Stamparatus. And the reason is, it is because it is such a large stamp. Oh, let me pull out, okay. Let me pull out the Hydrangea Haven. This has been with us for a while, so I hope it's not going away. This big stamp is why we're using the Stamparatus, or I used it at stamp class. And then you can see the stem. There's all sorts of little flowers that go with it, a single flower. The words are so sweet. And again, here I am talking about, I love the font. I love this handwriting. There's five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 teeny stamps for you. With love, congrats, thank you, and I love you. And you can see I used one of them on this tiny tag, which is part of the die set. And then these pieces, I call them the blobs, these blobs, we use those to color in if you're not interested in using, markers or watercolor pencils or blends. You can stamp, which is what we're going to do on this card, but very cool set. Wonderful die set. Okay, this is from Color and Contours. Love it. I love the scallop. I love the scallop frame on it. This is part of the die set. This one is so cool because it will cut out and make like 3D flowers. And then the stems and the leaves. This you can do individual little flowers to put on top of this if you would like when you cut it out. And then here are the 2 dies that I used. Oh, you can see. This one, I used tape. See, this is a new kind of tape. I'm going to show you all this. On a side note, this tape, we used to carry a lot of washi tape. We don't anymore. I found this tape on a website. It's very inexpensive, and it's so nice to hold down your dies. I don't know, they call it, I think it's called mint green tape, and it's repositionable. So it was nice to, especially with a die this large, I put it down, you'll see, and it anchors it down really nicely, and then you can just pull it right up. And I just tear little pieces. It's really nice. So there's the Hydrangea, and then here's this sweet little tag die. So that's what we're using today on the card. And then again, this is part of that bundle. So or that bundle that's on sale, 20% off the original price. Okay, here's your kit. It is, I'm going to put it over here. We're going to use fresh freesia, 4 1/4 by 11. Score it at 5.5. Now this is an in color, but this set of in colors, fresh freesia, it will be in for 1 more year. So we've got more year of this pretty color. It looks perfect, doesn't it, with the Hydrangea. Hydrangeas come in all different colors, but I'm very fond of the purples. Here's our DSP. There's Pansy Petals DSP. This is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then look how sweet that backside is. Oh, I love that paper. Here's your layer that I was talking about, basic white. This is 1 3/4 by 5. Sorry, girls and guys. And then I'm using a piece of basic white. This is what I stamped the Hydrangea on. 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. And then this is the piece I used for the scallop contour die. It's basic white, 3 3/4 by 5, and you need 2 of them. One of them I used to cut out the die. Goodness. And the other one is just for the inside of the card. And those of you who follow me, you know I always put either a white layer of 3 3/4 by 5 or 4 by 5 1/4. If I have a lot of writing to do, of course, I'll cut this a little larger, but this is the inside of your card. And then one teeny tiny little piece for the tag die. And this could easily be a scrap, girls. 1 1/2 by 2, but you know, just a tiny little scrap. So that is the kit. And I'm going to leave it there just a second so you can take a screenshot. All right, here we go. So I started talking about the Stamparatus. Anytime, you know, we have especially large stamps, like the Hydrangea in this one. Oh my goodness, girls, if you don't have a Stamparatus, get yourself one. And this card, this stamp is a perfect example of why you need one. Because it's so large, sometimes if you've got arthritic hands like I do, those larger acrylic blocks are harder to hold. So a Stamparatus replaces that acrylic block and makes it oh so easy to stamp, I feel like. So anyway, love my Stamparatus. That's my little commercial for it. So there you can see on this plate, I've got my Hydrangea. It's all lined up. Now here's a little tip. If I'm making multiples of this card, or like yesterday at stamp class, I hope you can see this. Ugh. Do you see how I just took a pen and did the outside corner of my cardstock? And then that way, like if I'm making multiples, I just know exactly where to put it to stamp over and over again. Now, here we go. I think you can see over on my left-hand side, I like to always put something underneath this plate to, so it's even pressure, I guess. It just is easier. Instead of me holding it and inking it up with the Memento Black, my tip is always put a stamp case. You know we've got our stamp cases. So instead of holding it and doing this, lay it flat, and then you're going to have a better chance of getting nice even coverage with your ink pad. And then cover up that Memento Black, because you know what happens when we don't. Okay, here's another little tool that I got for my hands. This is, I had a friend tell me, now you could do you could go to the office supply store and get like a dry eraser. This is a tool when I was buying this green tape, that this is what it's for. So you could easily use a dry erase, I don't know, is that the right word? An eraser for a dry erase board. See what that does? That just helps. I noticed at Christmas when I was doing this so much, this poor hand started hurting so much at night, I couldn't take it. So I finally, and it wasn't very expensive. I want to say maybe $7, but it looks silly, but it reminds me of, what is that, air hockey? If you have an old air hockey set, it would be probably the same thing. Anyway, I'm using it and I like it. Oh, and look at what happened. Ah! So here's an example. Oh my goodness. I wonder if my ink pad's dry from this weekend. So hopefully I didn't wiggle. Get this on there. Ah. There we go. I just didn't press hard enough. I was gabbing too much. So isn't this just so sweet? So there you go for that. And I've done a little bit of the work ahead of time. Oh no, I'm going to show you the next part. I'm going to, because the colors that we're going to use are Fresh Freesia and Granny Apple Green. Love the Granny Apple Green. That's probably out of the greens right now. Well, especially with spring and summer. I love Mossy Meadow, but for spring and summer, oh my goodness, Granny Apple Green is so gorgeous. So we're going to open the Fresh Freesia up. I'm just going to pull in my Pierce mat because I like it so much. And I'm going to show you the stamp, the blob. Can you see it? This stamp does not line up exactly. So I was like, you know, knew what I had in mind, saw some ideas on Pinterest, and really my plan for big stamp classes, we were not going to cut this out. I was just going to have everyone, I'm going to flip it around because I don't want to get fresh freesia on my green leaf. So my idea was I was just going to have them stamp it and fill it in Granny Apple. But it's kind of weird. It goes outside the lines, which I know it's, you know, I know it's supposed to. Some people like that look. I was like trying to line it up, get it, but I don't think it's there. And I kept thinking, how are these other girls getting this to look so pretty? It's because they cut it out with the die. And so if you purchase this set or you have this set, don't be worried when you see this, because it does not line up perfectly. That's okay, Jan. It doesn't line up perfectly. Now, here's my leaves and my stem, and I'm going to ink this up with Granny Apple. This one lines up, you know, better to me. It's not exact, but I don't know. I wish I had to do it over. I wish that they created it that it lined up exactly. But when you see it cut out with the die, you're going to say, oh, doesn't matter. It's probably a good thing that it goes over just a little bit. And then you don't have to worry about it lining up perfectly either. And I guess, you know what I could do? I could, probably the next time I do it, I probably will color this in with the blends because I think that would be really pretty too. So there you go. Isn't that green pretty? And it's photopolymer, so I can see, you know, with the stem and the leaves, you got to be a little bit more precise. The ink color, Jill, is Fresh Freesia, an in color. And then the stem and the leaves, that stamp, that was done in Granny Apple Green. Thank you for asking. All right, I'll set this to the side. Now I can say I've done a little bit of the work for us. So I've cut out the color and contour. I almost said stitch so sweetly. Color and contour piece that our hydrangea is going to go on. Oh, so pretty. Do you love it? Oh my goodness, I love it. And I just want to show you some things that I did with the, now you're going to laugh with this one. I should have done this ahead of time. Oh my goodness. I can't, I don't even know if I want to count how many of these I'm putting on, but you got to have them. But Peggy, you don't have to have them. I know Peggy, there are stampers that don't, they like their cards flat. So I have to have it puffy though. All right, I want to show you this because this is an overlooked item. These are our adhesive foam strips. These are fantastic for making shaker cards or popping up skinny little pieces like this stem. So all you have to do is take it and Jill, it was Memento Black. So you're going to stamp first, the big stamp, Memento Black, and then fill it in with the blobs. With Fresh Freesia and Granny Apple Green. So there, isn't it nice how that just tears off? And I'm going to put it down here at the bottom of the stem. And it bends and it doesn't show. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to position this right about here. And then I've already cut out, I bet, Brenda, it's called Stamp Pendable. And it was scrapbooking.com where I went to get it. So I've stamped, this time I did with love. I thought that would be sweet. And so I'm going to put this up on one dimensional, I think. The air hockey tool. Let's just call it the air hockey tool. Stamp Pendable. And this is with, oh my goodness, I wrote it down. We sell on page 140. It's called the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. And I believe there's like crumb cake, black, gray, and white that come in the set. And I've tied this teeny tiny little bow. Now I will always tell you, you know, what's the word? It's always easier, you know, I kind of sometimes feel like it's wasteful for me to use a big piece like this to make a teeny tiny little bow. But let me tell you, it's just, anyway, for me, it's just easier to tie a cute bow when you've got more to, you know, to work with. And I do the bunny ear bow. And let me see. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I'm looking for, must have put it in the other. Yep, I did. I'm going to anchor it down with a glue. Let's see. Did I do I think I anchored it down with a glue dot. We went through some glue dots this weekend. Because, oh, I know I have it in there, because for the bow on the bunny card. Okay. I'm just going to, oh, I don't know if you can see it, but I kind of like to roll them so they're not quite as noticeable. And somebody asked me yesterday, they were like, did you go through like see where there's the tag has a little hole? And no, I just faked it. There's that. Okay, so then that's ready. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our fresh freesia. Isn't this pretty? Oh, so pretty. And I'm going to bring in the Pansy Petal DSP. This is in the annual catalog. This is something I don't do very often. I don't know that I ever have. I don't know that I've ever used, oh, I did not know that about you, Peggy. You use dimensionals all the time. It's the embellishments that stick up. I gotcha. All right, this is unusual for me, but I thought I started following another demonstrator, and she uses a lot of white for her layers. And I thought, well, this just goes perfectly. And I almost, you know what I was going to use originally? Highland Heather. I was going to use Highland Heather for the layer around the gingham. And I just decided it was too much purple. And so that's where the idea for the white layer came in. Now this is cute, but when you bring in Winkostella and some beautiful iridescent rhinestones, iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. Say that. I had all sorts of tongue twisters this weekend. I did all right. And today, my tongue's getting tied. Okay, we're going to I always like to put 3. And they just kind of take on the purple tones. It's very cool how they change colors when it's like, you know, when you put it close to like the pale papaya, it takes on like a peachy tone. Oh my goodness. Flip, come on. Thank you. Thanks, Peggy. I hope you guys love it. There's small, medium, and larges. So I'm using a two smalls and 1 medium. And then I'm going to bring in beautiful Winkostella. And just going to sparkle this all up. And we are done with the first card. Do you love it? I do. I love the tiny little touches. And someone at my stamp class yesterday said, you know, even if you have not been stamping for a long time, if you can remember to bring in tiny little touches like the twine and the little tag and a few embellishments, that is what makes a good looking card. We're just going to say it. A good looking card. It doesn't need a lot. I prefer clean and simple cards. So you're a lot of the times that's why you'll just see you'll see a little bit of DSP, a little bit of ribbon, and usually if I'm going to do some sort of embellishments, there's going to be 3 on there. So love it. I hope you guys do too. Thank you. All right, on to the Sweet Bunny card. Here is, let's see, I'm going to pull this in front while I'm getting everything set up. And isn't it adorable? Now, I want to, thanks, Joyce. Oh, Joyce, and I know you love that hydrangea. The bunny card, so many of us don't send Easter cards. I love the bunny face too. Oh my goodness. So many of us don't send Easter cards, but I want to remind you that if you need a baby card or just a thinking of you card, this card, it's so easy to do. So here's the stamp set, Easter Friends, again with the font, Happy Easter. Look, if you're just wanting to make a card, that you're thinking of someone, my friend is perfect. Sending warm and happy wishes this spring. See, that's just like a thinking of you. And then may your days blossom with joy and happiness. And look at the duck and the little chick. But oh my goodness. Here's a little fun fact about me. I used to collect ducks. I don't know when I started. Mom would probably remember. But I know when I started dating Rick, that was one of the things. Like when we would go places, we'd always buy like little ceramic ducks and that. So I love this set, and don't limit yourself to thinking that it's just for Easter. Think outside the box, because I know, oh my goodness, and you could do, you could match it with the, if it's a baby girl, you could make pink gingham or baby boy blue. So this one, the kit is, we're going to use thick basic white. Love this stuff. What do we do without it? Oh, Mama's old. Aren't they, Sandy? Oh my goodness. Ducks are your favorite. It's been a long time since I've bought a duck, but man, I had a collection. Okay, back to the card. 4 1/4 by 11, thick basic white. Love this stuff. Score it at 5.5. You're going to need another piece of 3 3/4 by 5. You're going to use this with the Stitch So Sweetly die, regular basic white. The Pansy Petal DSP is 1 3/4 by 5. Oh, I almost thought I left one out. Here we go. Pale Papaya, 2 inches by 5 1/4. That's my go-to if I'm doing a layer like that or a layout like that. And then a teeny tiny little piece, tiny piece of Pale Papaya. This is 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. And I use this for these stinking cute little flowers that have the little baby pearls in the middle of them. And so I want to show you, this is the die from Stitch So Sweetly. There you can see we use the green tape. Yes, this week I've been using it since I got it. This sweet little die, there's the stinking cute little flowers, baby flowers. That I wanted, because I've seen ideas for this on Pinterest, and a lot of them had like one big flower. I looked into my collection and I found those sweet flowers, that sweet little die in the Sweet as a Peach die set. So Sweet as a Peach. Let's see if I took them out. Sorry, girls. But the Sweet as a Peach, this is a cool set, but it was that little teeny tiny die that I got from the die set that it belongs to. It must be in my cabinet. But isn't it adorable? Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to, I'm going to give you a second so you can take a picture of it. There's not too many pieces. That's right, Joyce. Mom was chickens, and Joyce was the pig lady, and I collected ducks. All right, I'm pulling this to the side. Hope you all got the picture. It's quick and easy. And this card is quick and easy because we're just going to use Smoky Slate and Pear Pizzazz. There's a little stamp down at the bottom. Here's this sweet little bunny. And I think he must be on there crookedy. I didn't check this ahead of time. Here's a tip. You want to see something? You never want to rip this stamp off, a cling stamp. Trust me. I like to take a corner of it and pull gently. If you're too rough, you could rip it. So be gentle with your little cling stamps. And then here's the little grass. So let's see. I've already cut out one of my, this is with the Stitch So Sweetly die. And I'm going to bring back in the Pierce Mat. Now this is a larger stamp too, so there's that big acrylic block that I'm talking about. So if I'm making multiples of these, like to send out, you can bet I'm going to put this on the Stamparatus, because this, when you do, even if I would do like 5 of them, this starts to hurt. So anybody else have that problem? And I like to take my, especially with larger ink pads, or sorry, larger stamps, I take my ink pad on top of my stamp and pray that it comes out, that I'm inking it up well. Let's see. Okay, I'm leaving a little space down at the bottom. Pressing. There you go. That looks good. Isn't it funny how it's like a sketched look. Really different. And then Pear Pizzazz for the grass. Yeah, I know. It's like, I'm sure like painters, they get it too. But when we, when we use those hands and fingers, I don't know, the older you get. Ugh. There's my grass. And the last little touch, I took a light petal pink blend because I just thought it needed, the little bunny girl, I said it was a her, I thought she needed a little pinky nose and some pink like on her cheeks. Probably not a realistic bunny would have. Oh, Shirley, you made 9. Oh yeah, it is a sweet little bunny card. 9 with this. Yeah, that's right. You ordered this. Isn't that sweet? So just a little bit there and there with light. That was light petal pink. All right, let's start to assemble the card. I'm going to take my DS. Oh, and this was the flip side of it is very pretty. Look at. Now this one, I didn't pay attention to how I cut it, but I had some ladies that their pansies were going vertically, and they used it. Oh, now pretend the pansies are going in the right direction, but they used the pansy side of it instead of the gingham side, and it looked adorable. I think Mary Teal, you were one of those, weren't you? Mary Teal, she said her table was they were rebels. They all changed. And I said, that's a good thing, because I like it when my Stampin' friends come to class and they switch things up. All right, oops, I'm not going to glue it down because I'm going to grab This is pale papaya ribbon, and I'm going to make a faux bow with it. So to make a faux bow, you're just going to take, these are about 3.5 inches long, and probably, you know, I did this for class, so probably if I was making this on my own, I would not have to make it, I would not have to cut that piece as long, but when you're cutting, you know, multiples of ribbon for a lot of people, you gotta, I keep it all about the same, so I know that I'm not gonna run out. So about 3.5 inches, that's not too bad. Okay, now I'm gonna glue it down to the card base. And this just helps me, I think, kind of hang on to it while I tie the faux bow. All I do is I take the second piece of ribbon and loop it through and tie it in a knot. Now this ribbon is really slick, so after I get the knot or the knot or the faux bow done, I'm going to anchor it down with another glue dot. Oh, shoot. Probably if I can get it. Oh my goodness, girls. I'm on camera, so that's why I probably cut this one a little too short. Come on. I did. Oh, okay. I promise it's not that hard. Tie it in a tight little knot. See how I've got it there? Then I'm going to take a glue dot. Mary Teal, did the Rebels have ribbon on there? Did they do faux bows on theirs, or did they leave the ribbon off? Sometimes my customers, they're like, no, we don't need that. Don't need that bow. But sometimes when they find out it's easy, and really it is, I made it difficult because I think that piece is a little too short. When they find out how to do a faux bow, it's like I think, are like, oh, I can do that. It's not complicated at all. And then, oh, my fingers aren't working. I like to give it a nice little trim so they're even. And then this sweet bunny, can you guess what I'm doing? I'm looking for my dimensionals. I know they're here. I see the minis. I must have put them in the other. Well, I guess we're going to go with minis. You know, I've only got about 1,000 of these. I must have flipped it in the other case, and I'm running short on time, so I'm going to use minis, and then I'm going to show you one more thing that I did. Look at these little minis. Or I probably could have used the adhesive strips too. That would have been... This is something I want to show you. Do you all know this? So with these minis, do you see these big chunks of... That's what I should do. See the big chunks that are on the end here? These are lovely. Don't ever throw them away, like throw your pieces away. Look how big that is. You know, when you're done with all the little octagons, or they look like little beehives. Is that an octagon? 1, 2, 3. No, what is it? Girls, help me. The shape of them. Don't throw them away because there's big chunks right there. Yes, you're right. That's exactly right, Sandy. Thank you, Miss Sally. Good to see ya. It is amazing how things can disappear when you're creating. And trust me, this is not how it usually looks. This is pretty organized for me, but I think I must have taken that last bit of dimensionals and thrown them in with that last card, the supplies. Okay, here's that. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I've cut them out already, the little adorable flowers from the peach, the Sweet as a Peach. And I'm just going to take a little bit of glue where her little hands are and put a few little dots. see if that's enough. And then, my goodness, I was going to use the take your pick, but I don't see it, so I'm just going to have to wing it. It's probably in the container too. There, oh, just flopped right down on there. I cut extras. Do you know why? Because I was afraid I would lose some. I'm not losing the little bitty things. I'm losing the big take your pick and a whole thing of dimensionals. I'm glad I'm not the only one, Sandy. Oh, flip the right way. There we go. Kind of like in a little triangular shape. And then, now I really want my take your pick. Here it is. I'm about to use my fingernails again. I'm going to take some pearls. These are in our annual catalog. Let's see, how many do you get? 140, and they're like $5. Can't beat that. And 3 little darling pearls on top of the flowers. Thank you. Thanks so much, girls. Thanks for the hearts. I appreciate it. Easter this year is April 17th. We just started this morning practicing for my little Sunday school children. We started practicing for the Easter program. If you want to see something precious, please, at Zion Lutheran on Easter morning, we have a 7 a.m. We call it the sunrise service, and then we have a breakfast, and then my little children will have an adorable little program at 9:30, and then they have an Easter egg hunt at like 10:05, and then another service at 10:30. But today, oh, Miss Jan's grandchildren were there, and they're precious. And anyway, so so they are they're practicing. So can you believe Jan said to me today, she was like, we just had the Easter program, and I was like, I know, that's how I feel. But anyway, back to the cards. If you are interested in the Easter Friends stamp set, don't wait till the last minute to order it, because it is a very popular set. It is in the January through June mini catalog. All right. Thanks for the sweethearts and the compliments. I'm going to show you, the promotions that are going on right now. The Savings Are in Bloom program. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my words. The Savings Are in Bloom promotion is January 1st through the 31st. So we've got a little bit of time left. The one that everybody's talking about is if you don't have your mini stamp and cut and emboss machine, it is on sale for 20% off. It's normally $60 and it's only $48 right now. So I use mine all the time. I was talking about the girls who scrapbook. They love the mini stamp and cut and emboss machine because it's so easy for them to carry, to their crops. There are, I think, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. I was saying 12. There are 13 bundles that are 20% off the original price. I'm going to name them just because I know sometimes it's hard to see the picture. So All Squared Away. I haven't used that yet, but I've got it. All Squared Away bundle, originally $50, on sale for $40. Oh no, yeah. Now remember, this is the other thing. It's 20% off the original price. So All Squared Away bundle. The Art Gallery bundle is $44.75. This one, oh my goodness, girls, Beauty of Friendship. That's gorgeous. The trees. Celebrate Sunflowers was a bundle that we carried. The bundle was in the last catalog and they took it away, and it's back at 20% off. Garden Wishes, Hydrangea Haven, my favorite. Oh, Pansy Patch. I didn't even realize that. There's another favorite. Quiet Meadow, that's got some gorgeous dies with it. Seascape Bundle, Sweet as a Peach, another one of my favorites. Welcoming Window, What's Cookin', and Wildcats. Those are the 13 bundles that are on sale. The other promotion is All Together. This promotion goes through May 2nd. It's a set. I'm going to show you up close because I haven't done this. Here's your stamp set. Cool. I guess that's I Promise. And then Love Changes Everything. And look at the dies that go with it. There's also black and white paper. If you love black and white patterns, you'll love this DSP. And then my favorite, the Natural Tones. It was available as, there are 10 markers. It was available for $45. Right now, it is not available. You can buy 3 of the tones, no, 2 of the tones, which I believe are deep and medium deep. Never fear, though, girls. These are going to go into the next catalog. Hooray! And then look at this one. For my ocean girls, Waves of the Ocean is available from March 1st through May 2nd. Gorgeous, gorgeous bundle. But I always like to remind people that even if you're not into the waves and the dies, take a look at the gorgeous DSP. It's beautiful. And I'm sure if you look it up, this is blue foil and then rhinestone. I love this because it's blues and greens. So those are the 3 promotions that are going on right now. Hold on, I'm going to flip this around. And flip this up a little bit. If you are interested in the retirement list, mark your calendars. You also might want to send me a message that says, Kim, please email me a list. I would appreciate that. I think that's all I have for now. It's supposed to be a beautiful week. Enjoy the sunshine. God's blessings, everyone. Bye-bye.